What is up, y'all? I have here the Fujifilm Instax Mini Evo. And I'll tell you why I got this camera. I got this camera because I wanted a Fujifilm, number one. I wanted a Fujifilm with the famous Fujifilm film simulations, and I wanted a camera that can print, which is the main feature on this camera, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of the box here. So y'all can see it. I've already opened it. As you can tell, it's been mangled up, but I like to keep boxes and keep things organized and stuff. So I'll take it out as if it was new, because the only thing I'm taking out is the camera. I mean, as you can see from the camera, I haven't even peeled off the back layer here. But yeah, this is the Instax Mini Evo, and this is a really cool camera. It's very unique. Inside the box, you also get just like the paper, the manual that you get with everything else, and you get a strap, and you get a charger and a cable. It does not come with any film though, unfortunately. But anyway, so I just want to go over this camera because it's really, really cool. The film just goes right here. This was actually hard to open the first time I ever opened it, but it just goes right here. On the back, you can see I have a pack in there right there. You just throw it in there, and then you just close that, and you're good to go. I don't know why it just did that. I have no freaking clue why it just wasted a piece of film. That kind of... I guess I thought it was a new one. God damn it! Well... the camera's not even on. Anyways, you turn it on, you flip this right here, and so what you have is so you can flip this right here, and what that does is it gives you different, like here is it's going to give double, as you can see, like having two cameras. If you flip it again, I don't know what this one says. Does that say fisheye? Okay, I don't know why, but it just took a photo. So this one's kind of weird, kind of cool, because you can take a photo and then it will let you take another photo over top of that photo. It looks like there's a flash photo burned into the other photo. So that's kind of a cool effect there. And then if we go into another one, half frame, so you can take a photo and then take another photo and put in the other half of the frame. And if we flip one more, we're going to get this is just a normal lens. Now we're just on normal. You flip again, we get a vintage lens. And if we flip it again, we get a blur. So we get a soft focus. We get a blur. Color shift, light leak. The mirror, and now we're back to the mirror. So there are a total of, I believe, 10 different lenses. And then here at the top, you have another thing you can adjust here, which is the film simulation. So we have retro, we have blue, red, yellow, sepia, monochrome, canvas, pale, vivid, and then back to normal. So if you combine all of these together, then you have basically 100 possible combinations that you can create with the photo by combining those two together. Now, one thing that's really cool and also kind of weird about this camera is that this button right here is a shutter button. So I don't know why they did that. Maybe for people who are left-handed, maybe it's that's the only thing I can think of. But when you put your finger there, you're covering up the flash, so you can't really use a flash. For me, I'm right-handed, so it just feels normal to do that. But I've never seen a camera do that, that's put on there. I think this is normal on older cameras, so maybe that's why they did it, just to add that vintage vibe. Now, this right here is not a viewfinder, unfortunately. I wish this camera had a viewfinder, but this is just a mirror. Apparently, it's a selfie mirror where you can see yourself to take selfies, which is kind of odd, but I mean, I guess it's better than having nothing, but I just wish they would have added a viewfinder. I would have much rather have had that. But they do have a hot shoe mount, which is very interesting because I don't think this camera can take video at all. The only thing you can really do with that is to add a flash or to add a viewfinder if you wanted to, which I have seen some people do that. And then we have this other button up here, And this button just kind of tells you what's going on the camera. So if you don't know which mode you're in, you can just flick that button up there and it will tell you what mode you're in. And that's pretty much all the buttons you have around the camera. And you have one thread here that you could put on a tripod, but it's going to be in a vertical position. And then we have our menu system. So this is a very simple camera. As you can see, we've almost gone over all the buttons and settings. So here we have our settings. It's upside down. But we have the shooting menu. We have face detection, autofocus illuminator. Oh, I'm sorry, auto flash illuminator, AF illuminator, Bluetooth settings, print quality mode, which only has two modes. It's natural or rich. The rich just adds a little bit more contrast, and the natural is kind of that more faded film look. And then you have the print brightness, and you can have standard, semi-bright, and bright. And then we have the date and time, date stamp, flag, the sound setup. If you want the shutter sound, you can control the volumes of those, as you can see, the operation sound, stuff like that. So let's back out of here. And then we have just the format reset. It's a super simple camera. But number one, it's a Fujifilm. Number two, it's aesthetically pleasing to look at. And number three, it can print photos. And you do that by flipping this here. It's a pretty cool thing to have if you just want to print photos, because there are photo printers out there. But the coolest feature about this one, the one that really sealed the deal for me, is the fact that you can connect your phone to this. So any photo you have, no matter where it's located, you can just connect to this with Bluetooth and then print it from here. So not only does this a really cool vintage looking camera that is a Fujifilm and has film simulations, but it becomes a portable printer where you can print photos out anywhere you go. So that is the main thing for me that I was like, okay, that's something I gotta have, because you carry it with you even if you don't use the camera much. But the camera is pretty fun. But even if you don't use it, you can still use it to print photos. And then you can also just use it for a fun camera to really have fun with. I mean, the quality is not great, but it's not really meant to be great, you know? It's just kind of a really fun camera to use and play around with. And that's really what it is. So it's really fun to use. That's all I really have. I think each pack holds about like 10 photos. So I definitely recommend it if you guys are looking for a print camera out there. I think this is absolutely the best one to get.